Hello, everybody. I recently posted a video called What the Gallup Poll Company Does Not Want You to Know. And I show in that video that they do not want you to know that the vast majority of people think it would be a good idea or a great idea to remove the rich from power, to have real, not fake democracy with no rich and no poor. That's an idea that means making the billionaires like Jeff Bezos with his $100 billion and Bill Gates with his 70 or 80 or whatever it is $1 billion, and Warren Buffett close behind. The three individuals, by the way, who own more wealth than the entire bottom half of the American population. It would mean making those people no richer than anybody else. It would mean that those individuals, instead of having the real power in society, by the way, just to remind you about what that looks like, remember when Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, the owner of Amazon, announced that he was thinking of creating a second headquarters in some city, and practically every city in the United States fell over backwards trying to prove to Jeff that we're the one, we'll give you what you want, we'll make it as good as anybody else and better for you, everything for you, Jeff, we love you. Yeah, that's power. And Jeff Bezos has it because he owns $100 billion. So what people are saying they want is for Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and those people to have no more power than anybody else, because they would have no more wealth than anybody else, no rich and no poor. You know, that's what people like about the idea of one person, one vote. You know, that's what people say, oh, you know, democracy, one person, one vote. That's what they're thinking of. They're thinking that everyone has an equal amount of power, not one person having 100 billion times more power than everybody else. So this is what people want. The Gallup Poll Company, as you can see in my video, works very hard to prevent people from discovering that this is what practically everybody wants. Now, the politicians, the Bernie Sanders and the Elizabeth Warrens and the others who are all going around making promises about making things more equal and so forth, and I'll give you this and I'll give you that, and saying basically that they're going to be the next FDR with his New Deal. They know damn well that people want to remove the rich from power, to have real, not fake democracy with no rich and no poor. But they do not say anything that comes even close to that in all their promises. All they talk about is taxing the rich a little bit more, passing a law that maybe will limit what they can do with their money in the election arena and so forth. You know what the rich think about these new laws and regulations? When they get together, they say to themselves about these new laws and regulations, gee, they're going to fundamentally change the way we get around them. Because, of course, when you have billions of dollars, you have power, and that's the power to get around all these silly regulations and, you know, new tax structures that they get around with in all sorts of clever ways. The billionaires know that when the Bernie Sanders types, you know, make a big fuss about how we're going to build a movement to get a, you know, revolution, blah, 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 but never even hint about taking the wealth away from the billionaires and making them no more wealthy than other people, well, the billionaires know they've got nothing to worry about. They know that these politicians are just controlling the public, making promises to keep the public thinking that, you know, if I just vote for a good guy, it'll solve the problem. And and they're not afraid at all. And it's only when the billionaires are afraid of being literally removed from power, as FDR was, and my earlier video discusses this, it's only when they're really afraid of genuinely being removed from power with a revolution that they do things like implement the New Deal. So please read the links at the bottom to read more about this, and thank you very much.